What's up, people? Welcome back. I'm Old Spy, and we are hanging out in Orlando. We got our brand new fashion, our fashion for the rest of the playthrough here, full law track set. And today we are heading to the Painted World. So, we have to head back out to the rotating staircases. Means we gotta run by these guys and get totally smashed in the process. Alright. Get a good view of the church here, which is where we're heading. Now, let me see. So when it is up in Orlando, yeah, the bottom will take us to where we want to go. But I want to rotate it one time so that we can access a bonfire in an area that we're going to come back to. Might as well do that now while we're here. Wow. Man, I never really realized that. So I guess this is where you fight Pontiff Sullivan in Dark Souls 3. For those of you that have played that, that's exactly what that would be. Because when you come up to... If it's in fact the exact same place, you actually come through right here into this room. There's no bonfire. This is here, but there's no bonfire. Ring of the Sun's Firstborn. Which this one boosts miracles. The last one boosts miracle synergy, which if you're playing online, you get some white rings, and when you're around those white rings, they boost your miracle power. But what we're gonna do is go ahead and light that, and we might as well rest here. Yeah, because you come out in Dark Souls 3, you hit this, and then you go up, and there's like, that would be the church, the tower next to it. That's pretty cool. Never really paid attention to that. All right. So this was at the bottom last time. Now it's at the top, and this is where we want to go. Now you want to be careful in here because you don't want to aggro a ton of these guys because they will smash you pretty quickly. They're a good source of throwing knives as well. So we got one coming up behind us. Ooh. Oh, and we get to figure out the fate of old Black Iron Tarkus. I guess huge iron armor and a great shield and a great sword is not the best equipment when you're walking across rafters. So he apparently fell to his death. Unfortunate. Alright, so here we are, the painted world of Ariamis. Really cool place. And the reason that we were able to get into the painted world is because of the peculiar doll that we picked up upon our first return to the Undead Asylum. It was the last item in the cell that we started in, just behind the Black Knight. So now we're here. This place can be a bit tricky, especially at this first little stretch here. So we're going to go ahead and kindle up the bonfire. Whoops. Yeah, okay. There's no one. I thought I heard the footsteps. I thought somebody was coming down the steps. Nice little humanity. I'm giving this Claymore too much credit, man. It's not quite as long as it would seem. Alright, so with these guys, I would recommend not the best. Probably use an upgrade to our bow. That's gonna hurt. So the reason I'm doing that with these guys is because they... Hold on. They can hit you with toxic when you kill them if you're too close. That spray right there will hit you with toxic. Now, we have one of the blooming purple moss, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but probably actually recommend carrying some extra in here, just for that reason, just for this, just for those guys. What am I doing? Yep, knew that was coming. Alright, we'll see if we can get this guy. Yeah, if you have a long enough attack, actually... No, that might... The halberd might... Really might work here. let's say we give it a shot. We'll do a little bit of exploring in here. There's some parts that did you survive that? Yeah, we're gonna do some light exploring. We're not gonna go through everything in here. Just because most of the equipment and items that you can find in here are for for very specific builds. We can't use it anyways. One thing I do want to point out, if you throw out the halberd, if you miss, you're gonna get that stagger animation. So if you don't hit anything, it's gonna leave you kind of wide open. So just keep that in mind. Twin humanities. So this room is a complete disaster, and I wouldn't recommend stepping out there. I forgot about that ambush. And with all these guys, your best course of action is really just to run through there. If you want to go up here, I might even get trapped up here. Yeah, I'm probably going to get trapped. It's not even worth it. Oh, let's get out of here quick. Alright, we'll come back for that item. So what we want to do is come back here through the fog gate. All right. So now we've opened up the first section. So we're back to, oh, I forgot to turn. I forgot to turn the network off. Well, let's just hope that we do. Let's actually get through this as quick as possible here so we don't get invaded. Famous last words. Because this is definitely not a PvP build. In fact, if we do get invaded, it'll probably be by somebody wearing no armor and some kind of craziness, right? Which is one of the reasons I never got into PvP. Because of being invaded by people that are running around like this. Oh my god. Alright, let's go this way. That's what I get for talking trash about Dark Souls PvP. Dude, this is a mess. Okay, that invasion I know about. Man, this is stupid. Why do I have no armor on? Whew. Oh man, he's well, nothing like a little bit of comedy here. All right, dude. Got some wicked pyromancy. But unfortunately, he doesn't do well against the halberd, so. Whoops, and we get his, you get his whip, I believe right there, his notched whip. Alright. Although, as I was saying, I will continue with my thoughts about Dark Souls PvP. I just never, I don't know, man. To me, a full set of armor, whether light or heavy, it doesn't matter. Like, that doesn't matter. Your weapon, whatever your build weapon is, or your magic or whatever, has always, to me, been the spirit of the Dark Souls games. And then it just always killed it when people were running around with a loincloth and a dagger, you know, stuff like that. So I just always stayed away from it in this particular game. I did get into it a little bit in Dark Souls 2, and then quite a bit more in Dark Souls 3. But Dark Souls 3, there was also penalties for not... We're going to go ahead and lighten up just a bit. There were also penalties for not wearing a full set. So most of the time when you PvP in Dark Souls 3, people have a full set of armor on. Everybody looks pretty cool. So I do like that. I know it's kind of an odd complaint, but... just my thoughts. Okay, so right here, this is the way that you would go. This guy's gonna get up and charge at us, and this is the way I like to fight this guy. So we got another undead dragon. We saw the first one in the Valley of the Drakes that actually was responsible for one of our deaths. This is how I like to fight this guy. Well, I don't like to get hit right there. That was not supposed to happen. Alright. So I want to try to get in this corner here. There we go. And then I just roll towards the thing. Now the thing you want to watch out for is to roll towards the wall. You don't want to be behind his hand because he will knock you off. Stay right here. Don't get greedy. One or two, and then prepare for his attack. And to get a good roll is why I kicked off some of the armor. The headpiece and the gauntlets. Whoops. Yep. See what I'm saying? Don't get greedy. Cool. So now that he's down, select the items up here. Got a dragon scale and the blood shield, which is up boosts your bleed resistance. Pretty useful. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and run on back to the bonfire, because now we're ready to go through. And we are ready to fight the boss. And the reason we're going to be ready, there is, just to let you know, while you're watching this, with this episode, there's plenty more. There's a couple areas. Let me think here. When I run back through, I want to show you guys where you can branch off. I'm going to head for the boss, because I really don't want to get invaded here. Actually, let's go ahead and use the blood shield. Alright, so there's an area over here. There's an area over here. There is an area down there in that well. If you go down there, make sure you have a really good shield because there's bone wheels down there and they will trash you very easily. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You can drop down there to get a couple items. It's really not worth it. So that's about it. We're not really missing much. Definitely not missing anything that we could put to use with this particular build. So that's why it's not that big of a thing for us. But if you're going through, definitely check those areas out. Now for this guy, jumping attack, which is up on the left stick and R2. Will get him out of your way, which is kind of silly, but all right, so here we are at the boss. This is an optional boss. You do not have to fight her. You can just go past her. As you can see, she's going to talk to us.
One of us thou art not. If thou hast been stepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thine desires shall be.
So you can just go right past her and walk off the edge. But since we are the jerk undead, we're going to go for the fight.
Why dost thee hurry toward thine death?
Now, see, we want to see her footprints. That's how you find her. And we're actually trying to cut off that little tail. Just gonna keep circling around her. As long as you stay kind of on her side. There we go. So we got Priscilla's dagger by cutting her tail off. And now we're just gonna focus on taking her out. Will disappear again. Again, just look at the snow. Watch for her footprints. Keep your shield up. There we go. Where are you? Oop. Once you hit her twice, she reappears. And that's pretty much that. Maybe you have to quit and reload the game after you've killed King Jeremiah, the NPC that invaded us. Yeah, his armor is supposed to be sitting here, I thought. Maybe you have to quit and reload it. Or maybe you have to open the actual gate for it to show up. I don't really know. But we're not going to use it anyways. So... the music. Alright, so now we're out here. Once again, be careful. Don't go flying off into the middle. If you are interested in that item out there, it is Great Magic Shield. So obviously, once again, it's an item that we're not going to be able to use. So we're not going to worry about it. Oh, how did that not hit him? Or her, whatever. Alright, so let us head back to Firelink. We'll get Firelink up and running again, and that will probably be it for this episode. On the next one, let's see, we'll probably Firelink. So we can warp here, but obviously it's out of commission for now. Yeah, the next one maybe we'll, since we did the Painted World, maybe we'll do the Great Hollow and the Ashen Lake. So that's out of commission still. What we want to do is we want to come down here, examine. We still have that Firekeeper soul that we got for defeating Lordran. And you hear the bonfire ignite again.
Thank you.
And now she talks.
I am Anastasia of Astor. Now I can continue my duty as a keeper. But I only hope that my impure tongue does not offend.
We don't have any souls, so we're still at +1. Let's go ahead. Put our crest shield back on. Oops. Alright, we got enough that we can... Okay, I forgot to use the Soul of Smo as we got last episode. So we'll go ahead and use it here. And we are also going to use the Soul of Priscilla. Alright, so this is going to be a really good level up. There we go. So we're going to head for the 40 clip on Vitality and Endurance. We're looking pretty good at 20 and 20. So we'll go ahead and stay there for now. No, we don't want to cancel that. We want to accept it. And you can see the levels are getting quite expensive now, so... Actually, what we might do is we might do a 35-35 and then 25-25, and that'll probably be close to the end of the build. So that's going to do it for this episode. We're going to go to another kind of secret, well, pretty much a secret area on the next episode in the Great Hollow and Ashen Lake. So I will see you then.